Hi everybody, welcome to Creative Pouring by Cheryl. I'm Cheryl. Today we're going to go ahead and make a few keychains, but we're going to do beach scenes. So I'm going to make a couple of them. I've got some sand in here. Just a little bit, just enough for a couple of them. I've already got it under here. I'm going to do UV resin. And I'm going to go ahead and put some gloves on. Okay, let's get started. I've got my UV resin right here. Looks like Joy Arts. It was just a cheap UV resin off of Amazon. Put some in there so I can mix it up with the sand. I've got my UV lamp from Let's Resin. Put a little bit of sand in there, or stir up the sand. I can't even talk today. I'm going to do thin layers and just on the side. Just so that it's a little bit. I'm probably not going to use all this sand for this. Just making the little beach. This is actual sand from one of the beaches in North Carolina where I live. I don't live that close to the beach. I live about 4 hours from it. But we try to get there at least once or twice a year. A lot of times we'll spend New Year's Eve there. It's beautiful New Year's Eve because you get a hotel room a lot cheaper. And you can get one right watching the ocean and not have to worry about anybody being there. There's not that many people there. And you get to wake up and look at the ocean and go to sleep listening to it. And a lot of times it's not that cold in North Carolina at New Year's Eve time. Okay, let me go ahead and cure this, and I will be back to you in just a couple minutes. All right, let's go ahead and... This UV lamp is so brand new. It's a little stiff. I'm going to pull out my UV resin again. Put some in here so I can add some blue water to it. Some blue water. I'm sounding good. So I can add blue to it. Let me find, let's see, Blue Lake. And I can't read that. But shake them up real good. These are just the pigments I got from Amazon. It's all linked in my description down there. Okay, I'm going to make this one the dark one. Come on. You don't want to make these opaque because then you won't be able to cure it. UV resin needs light to cure. I'm going to make it a little bit darker. I've got a hole in there, but it feels like it's not big enough. Oh yeah, that looks nice. See? Okay. Pull out another one so I can get some green going so we can mix up the colors a little bit. put about the same amount in here. If I end up having extra left over, I can always do something else with it. I love these little stir sticks for these little bitty cups. I think I'm going to dab a tiny bit of sparkle in these. Just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. Because I like when water sparkles. Let's see. I'll get one of my micro brushes and use it to put some in there. So that I don't overdo it like I've been known to do. Sorry, I didn't mean to shake the phone. I see that little tiny bit of sparkle in there. Get it off there. Just enough to make it so that it looks nice. I'm going to put a lot of bubbles in it too. That way when you have this out and about and you have it on your keychain, if the light hits it just right, you should see that sparkle. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and pour the darker one. Take these off. Take the darker one and pour it on the outside. It's always darker, deeper the ocean you go. And then pour the greener one toward the front, toward the beach. Let's do that over here. No, it's not going to stay like and looking like it's a strip. I'm going to mix it together. But I'm going to build it up just a hair. I'm going to take one of these and kind of blend it together. There we go. See about this guy. Blue and green mixed together. Well, it's not really green. It's more, it's called lake effect or lake something. That looks better. Let me go ahead and cure it. That's looking good. Okay, we're going to go ahead and use my clear resin or UV. Put a little bit right here. A little bit right there. And I've got these charms. They're bare feet charms. Can you see? There we go. You see? All I did was cut the nib off of it. And I'm going to put them in there. One in each. And I'm going to move them around a little tiny bit. There we go. And I've got these right here. My starfish. Then I'm going to put one in each. There we go. Let's see. Itty bitty one down in here. So I'm going to put another starfish in each one, just so it'll be 3 things. Let me find some tiny, tiny ones, maybe. There we go. Oh, yeah, that looks good. I like putting things in 3s. 2s are not as appealing as 3s. There we go. Oh, that looks good right there. Let me go ahead and hit that under the light real quick before it moves. That's looking good. What I need to do now is put a nice coat of UV on top of it, on all of it. Drop something in it I have to get out. I don't know what it was. Yeah. No idea. Make sure there's no bubbles. We're almost there. One more cure. Oop, there's a bubble. Okay. Those are looking so pretty. All right. I went ahead and put a little dish soap, little Dawn dish soap in a cup with some water, and I shook it like this. Really good. See all those bubbles? Those bubbles are going to come and be part of the waves. So what I need to do is first I need to mix up a little bit of white. You don't want it too opaque, like I said before. You want it to be a little bit see-through, I guess you could say. I don't need that much, but just enough for the waves. Let me find the white. I'm just digging into my resin dye. So I got white. Shake it up. Put a few drops in here. This white is not very opaque, not very pigmented. Everything else is a little bit higher pigment, but not this. It's not even looking good. let me get a tiny bit of my resin pigment paste. I use my stick, stir it up real good, and knock a bunch of that off. Yeah, you see how that all busted up? Where this will make it darker. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and try doing our waves. Put them where we want them. Spread that out so it has bubbles on it. When you put bubbles on it, it'll make the bubbles real pretty. Okay, let's try digging some of these bubbles out of here. You just want to get the bubbles, not the water, because water will mess with your resin badly. And just put it on top of your waves like that. See how it's popping the bubbles though. So there we go. Let's go ahead and cure this real quick, and I'll be back to you. I'm not liking it. I'm going to go ahead and have to sand this off, this white, and try again. So I'll be back to you when I get that done. All right, I've got that sanded off, and I know you're going to see some of these here, but I'm just going to take a little bit of this blue that I had and just put it on here. See how it just kind of makes it all pop? It's like I didn't even sand it at all. Let me get my gloves back on. Sorry, I forgot. Gloves are back on. And I'm just going to put this on it so that it's shiny again. I'll rub them in there. Put that there, and we'll get this one done. Glad I had a little bit of this blue left over. It's very, very thin, so it's not like it's going to come through, or the color's not going to show up that much. Let me push that in in case there's any scratch marks on here. Same way with this one. We'll cure it, and I'll be back in just a moment. All right, we're going to do this a different way this time. I'm going to put some UV resin right on top of it, where I want my waves to go. Okay. Well, I wasn't meaning to get it on the thing here. There we go. I'm going to take some of this UV resin and put it right in front of it. There's many different ways to do the waves. This is just one of them. Then you get a straw. I'm going to cut that down a little tiny bit because that's like super far away. Okay, and then you blow. I'm not crazy about that. Let me just get my little stick and see what I can do about fixing it. I don't like it. So the good thing about it is you can always just clean it up. Yes, you're wasting some UV, but you know, not everything works as good as it could. Let's try this one. I think that's much better. Oop, didn't mean to push the whole thing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cure this. Ah! Let's try that again. I'm going to go and cure this and be right back to you. That turned out pretty. I got to top coat it though. It turned out really pretty. Sometimes less is more. Let's go ahead and do this one again. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit there. Back there. Sorry if my head's getting in the way. Oh, that looks real pretty. Okay, let's cure it. All right. Oh, that's turned out very pretty. Look at that. I know I have a bubble in the starfish, but you know what? It happens. Now I just got to do a nice top coat, but I've got a bubble. You see that bubble right there? See, it's got a edge, so I'm going to have to come up with a piece of tape to tape the side there, which is no big deal. I just don't want it to fall down on the side of it. So I'll just get a little piece of masking tape I don't need very much, just a tiny bit. Masking tape. And build it up in that corner right there. See how I did that? So it won't fall over. And I'm going to top coat these. And then I'm going to get them ready to go for... Ooh, that tape came off. After I get that set up, I'm going to get them ready for the key rings. There. When you top coat, you just go around the edges. That's what I do. And then I come in. And then you get a little stick and guide it to the edges. Just guide it. Don't push it over. What I'm doing is I'm just flicking the edge. Going to the edge and then going up, not down. That looks good to me. I'm going to cure these up and I'll be back. All right, I've got it cured. Oh, wait, a surprise. I did a little whale. We'll check that out in a minute. It's an extra. I'm going to peel this paper off. And I'm going to turn these into keychains, but I'm going to do that here in just a minute. I just wanted you to see how lovely. The back is pretty too. And they've got a little bit of heft to them. I'll turn them into keychains in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and demold this. Just a little bit of extra surprise. Oops, I overfilled it just a hair. Since when I had to sand those down, I pulled them out of the mold, and I don't even think I showed you. So here's a little extra. I've never done this mold yet, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. I used all the little extra stuff I had left over from the beach scene. Well, didn't turn out as pretty as I thought it would. Let's see if I can get this tail out without breaking it, because it's still very warm. Yeah, the tail's gonna break. So let me let it cool down for a minute and I'll be right back. I got it out. It's a cute whale and all, but that white, I should not have put that white in. But that's okay. I'll figure something out. Not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'll figure something out. I'll be back with pictures. And I'm going to make these into the keychains. If you want to see me do it, I have some that I have keychains on another video. I'll put it up here on, I'll put it somewhere here or here. And thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you also like that video, go ahead and hit that like button. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe or to like. All it is just a little bitty button that you push, and it helps my channel out immensely. Immensely, not immensely. My goodness gracious, I can't even talk. But I'll get these on keychains, and I will be back with some pictures so that you can see. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.